Hello, friends. Have you ever looked at a toaster and thought, that would make a great sports car? No? Well, that's exactly what the designers at Bertone did in 1970, because the Stratos Zero was like someone took a wedge, added some chrome, put it on four wheels, and sent it to the Turin Motor Show. This thing looked like it had come from the moon to buy a disco ball and fly back. The height? Just 84 centimeters. I'm taller than this car when I'm sitting on the couch and reaching for the remote. Before I continue telling you about the most fantastic car that has ever blown people's jaws off, don't forget to subscribe to the Technomaniacs channel. Like it, and check out the description. There's a link to the official archive of Lancia and Bertone. Everything is real there, like the dashboard of this concept. So, Zero. It even sounds like a code name for a superweapon. It was designed by Marcello Gandini, the same guy who would later create the Countach and the Miura. But this is where he really went wild. There were no doors. You climbed in through a windshield that lifted up. It sounds like a scene from Star Trek, and it felt like one. The driver was reclined inside, like a drone pilot, and the instruments were on the sides of his head, rather than in front of him, because why look at the speedometer when you look faster than light? The engine was taken from a Lancia Fulvia, a 1.6-liter V4 with 115 horsepower. Well, let's be honest, it sounds modest, but the car weighed only about 980 kilograms, and against the backdrop of its cosmic forms, even the modest power looked convincing. The drive was on the front wheels, the gearbox was manual, the character was like that of a teenager on caffeine, bold, unstoppable, and a little impractical. The entire base was shortened, adapted for a rear-engine layout, and thanks to the closed wheels and smooth shapes, the aerodynamics were such that the birds flying past were envious. But of course, the Stratos Zero wasn't built for speed. It was a pure demonstration, a design challenge to the world, a cry. We can make not just cars, but sculptures. And that cry was heard. The Zero became an icon, inspired the creation of the racing Stratos HF, which then tore everyone apart in rally racing. And the concept itself is still being rolled out at exhibitions, and people still freeze in silent admiration. I think it's one of those cars where people don't ask, how long does it take to get to 60? They say, it was crazy, and it was beautiful.